On this week's Silver Screen Report, we're decking the halls with the spirit of the season, sharing some tips for preparing for your exams, and getting ready for tonight's state championship matchup between Dutch Fork and TL Hanna.
Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, December 17th, and your Silver Screen Report starts now.
Because of scheduling issues, this year's winter assembly has been canceled. Will Hall investigates.
Scheduling this year has caused an interruption in tradition of the winter's assembly.
There were problems in logistics with scheduling the assembly because of our exam schedule this year and not having a delayed opening that Wednesday. It just made it really extremely difficult with exam review and actually putting on the show. So the administration thought it was best to postpone it. I think it was a smart decision because a lot of thought went into it, and it's what's best for the entire fine arts department and student body population.
I think that a lot of my students and I are a little bit disappointed just because the holiday assembly is a really great time for everybody to get into the holiday spirit. I think it's also a really great time for the fine arts department to collaborate as a whole.
I feel like it's kind of sad to the people who are in the arts courses because like theater, we've been working on little short films for a while, and it would have been really fun to show them to people and let people just have fun watching them.
I feel really bummed about it because this is my senior year, and first of all, we don't have like our pep rally for football, and then we don't have a holiday assembly, so those that we're going to be performing don't get to have that time to show everyone what they got.
Students and teachers talk about why the assembly is so important and how it affects them.
It offers to students not in fine arts an opportunity to hear what we've worked on.
I think it's really important for the fine arts to be showcased because they work just as hard as everyone else does, and you know, it's always really cool to hear all the different music, all the different talents, and just it's kind of sad that they don't get to show what they've been working on.
Even though band, orchestra, and dance can't perform in this year's winter assembly, they will still be able to perform at later events.
We have one every fall, and we'll also have 2 concerts in the spring.
We're performing all of the music we've been working on since August. And also coming up soon, the chorus is performing their concert on December 11th, and the band is doing the same thing on Thursday, December 13th, all at 6:30 in the evening.
This has been Will Hall with your Silver Screen Report.
Angel Tree is a yearly event that allows Dutch Fork to provide gifts for the less fortunate in our community. Darren Maharaj has more.
Every year, a Christmas tree sits in the corner of the media center. That tree is filled with ornaments with wishes from kids in the Dutch Fork community. On those ornaments are dreams of kids in need of gifts. But these aren't necessarily gifts they want. These are the gifts that the children need.
Angel Tree is in the library, and we basically contacted elementary schools in our district and said, like, do you have any kids who need something this Christmas and wouldn't necessarily get it?
So we have a bunch of ornaments on here, and each ornament has a kid on them from our school district. They're from elementary schools like throughout our district, and basically it's just like the less fortunate.
You just grab the ornament, bring the gift back wrapped, and give it to the kid.
It's nice to be able to pick something off the tree and select something for a student or a child who wants something. Makes you feel happy.
While others may take gifts for granted, some have basic needs that come before the gifts.
Most of them are like clothes or pants or jackets, and just something to give them for Christmas.
It helps you like realize like the true meaning of Christmas and like how it's better to give than receive.
If you don't have a present underneath the Christmas tree like on Christmas, it's just sad. So I think giving them something, like even if it's small, like a pair of pants, like it's just something for them to look forward to.
If you still would like to help these children out, there are still ornaments available.
Well, there's still plenty of gifts left on the tree if someone would like to come by and pick up something.
Bring your wrapped gifts with ornament attached to Student Council sponsor Lori Humphrey in room 201 no later than December 14th. This has been Darren Maharaj with your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is bequeath, a verb meaning to pass on or give.
Temporary Administrator Sig Tanner had his first day here on Monday. We sat down with him earlier this week to get to know him a little better. Max Franks has the scoop.
Interim Administrator Sig Tanner has a long history of working in education, and he has returned to the field to assist Dutch Fork in its time of need.
I started at Richland, in Richland School District 2 as a middle school teacher, football and basketball coach. When I left there, after 5 years, I went to Richland Northeast High School as an administrator. I was there for 12 years. From there, I went to Summit Parkway Middle School. I was there 21 years, and I was principal when I retired in 2011.
I learned a lot from him. He was a great communicator. He was visible, always around the building. Had built great relationships with students and teachers.
Administrator Jenny Haynes and Principal Gerald Gary paint a positive picture of Tanner through their previous work with him.
He's been willing to really step in. He's been retired, and so for him to just come back and step in for a couple weeks until Christmas break is just awesome. And he knows the dedication that needs to happen to go into this job, and so he already has all that information, and so he's able to really step in and give us what we need.
He was a mentor. He was a role model. He was a coach. A lot of what I do, I got from Mr. Tanner 15 years ago. I send a morning email to my faculty and staff every morning. I've done that ever since I've been a principal, since 2005, and I got that from Mr. Tanner. He did that every day.
Although Tanner stepped in at the last minute, he said he is committed to Dutch Fork through the beginning of winter break. Gary, though, has invited him to stay longer.
My discussions with Dr. Gary are to work to the beginning of the winter break.
But I'll take Mr. Tanner as long as he wants to be here. He supports students. He's about instruction. He's about being visible. He's about being communication. He's about everything I try to preach here at Dutch Fork High School.
Even in these trying times, Haynes would like to remind students that one of the key components of the Dutch Fork community is its familial atmosphere.
We are a family here at Dutch Fork High School, and we're going to, families have situations that they go through, but it's how you come out of those. For him to step on and come as an extended family from another school, he understands what we need.
This has been Max Franks with your Silver Screen Report.
Midterm exams starting 1 week from today, it's important to start preparing now. Here is Ryan Brabham with 7 steps to acing your exams.
Here are some tips that may benefit you this midterm exam season. 1. Good night's rest. We've all been told to get a good night's rest before an exam in midterm because it's a crucial part of you being attentive or falling asleep in the midst of your exam. It is recommended that you obtain an amount of 8 hours at the minimum so you are fresh, ready, and able. 2. Study in chunks. Research shows that most people can only focus for 20 to 40 minutes. Try not to study hours without a break. Study in small chunks with 5-minute breaks in between. 3. Prepare 2 weeks before. It is best to prepare 2 weeks before your assessment so that you are able to study in short sessions and be able to retain the information. 4. Study actively. Sitting and staring at words on a textbook is not a useful way to study. Instead, try to make or find multiple choice tests, make diagrams or picture charts, and make flashcards as an effective way to test your knowledge. 5. Remember important information. When studying, highlight important information to retain it. An alternative is to write the information down on a sticky note. Doing this will benefit you because you'll be able to hold the information better because you wrote it down. 6. Place incentives. Set rewards and incentives to motivate your studying. You could do things like treat yourself to some candy, go out, or play your favorite video game. 7. Set a study schedule. While studying, make sure you have a laid out plan for each subject. Recommended 2 subjects a day with start and end times and planned breaks. This has been Ryan Brabham with your Silver Screen Report.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students about their favorite ways to study.
I use Kahoot. I go over the notes and I just go over it. I try my best to do Quizlet and all that stuff, so that's how I study.
Basically, like when we have my music on and basically in my chill mode.
I definitely study by using Quizlet and definitely just going over the notes that we have in class.
My favorite way to study is to have my headphones in and listening to music while rewriting whatever I have to study.
Last Friday, students gathered together during their homeroom time to support Dutch Fork's undefeated football team by decorating their classroom doors. Katie Rojas has the story.
This week, each homeroom has been given the opportunity to decorate their classroom doors to celebrate and support Dutch Fork football.
I think it's just a great way for the students, not just the football team, but any students who, you know, are just curious about the football team or just kind of coming together as a family. I think it's just something nice and different and creative and just fun to see as you're walking down the hallway. It's something out of the ordinary to kind of brighten up your day.
I just kind of gave my students paper and told them the theme, and they did a really great job doing it themselves.
You know, this is my first year here, and my understanding is we're decorating them because to celebrate our football team, to bring the school together, to really show our support for our team for the state championship.
For the second annual door decorating competition, the doors have been decked with holiday spirit.
The doors throughout the hallways in the whole school give the football team a reminder, and the school as well, that we're all supporting the team for their state championship.
Encouraging for the team to see that students, no matter what homeroom they're in or what grade they're in, that they all have school spirit and they're excited to see the team going to playoffs again.
We did it last year. I think it was the first time we've done it, and it was just another way to, like I said, show pride in Dutch Fork and to cheer our team on, and it just went really well last year, so we decided to do it again. I think it's a great way to celebrate Dutch Fork spirit and pride, and also just to bring us together as a Dutch Fork family and to cheer on our team to state.
Our homeroom decided that we wanted to celebrate the fact that they'd already won 2, and the third one, they're saying back to back to back, that we're going to have 3 back-to-back state championships. And the ring, one of the football players in our homeroom was highlighting the fact that for each of the wins, they get to have a ring.
This has been Katie Rojas with your Silver Screen Report.
Tonight, the football team is going to the state championship, hoping for a three-peat. Nate Oates has the preview.
Dutch Fork has locked in an undefeated season and a chance to get their 3rd state championship in a row. The team as a whole has performed at a level of excellence throughout the season. Some players stood out this season, such as quarterback Ty Olenchuk with 3,509 passing yards so far and 39 touchdowns. Wide receiver Gage Zerke is also on that list with 1,504 receiving yards this season and 14 touchdowns. On the defensive side, linebacker Lawson Danley has 64 solo tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 safety. Tight end Jordan Springs is also up there with 2 touchdowns and 117 yards this season. Those are just a few of the many reputable players this season, and with this team of all-stars, a 3rd state championship is well within reach this Friday. The game has been moved to tonight at 7:30 at Williams-Brice Stadium. Tickets are $12 at the gate. Only clear bags are allowed to this game. This has been Nate Oates with your Silver Screen Report.
And now for some announcements. Attention health science students. The HST SMAC Club will hold its dinner meeting next Tuesday at 5 p.m. at the Valentine San Jose. Come ready to shop for the club's adopted family after dinner. The chorus department will perform its winter concert next Tuesday at 6 p.m. in the auditorium, and the band concert will be at 6:30 on Thursday. Students are welcome to stop by the Media Center this month to make a holiday book page ornament or decorate an ornament using your favorite book title. There will be a $10 prize for the best ornament. Now here's Lydia with more.
Thanks, Kylie. Juniors, did you get your yellow qualification letter for teacher cadets? Stop by room 261 during lunch and Fox Focus time next Wednesday to learn more about the program. Midterm exams for year-long classes begin next Friday. The exam schedule is as follows. 1A and 3A exams will be Friday, December 14th. 5B and 7B classes will take their exams Monday, December 17th. 2A and 4A exams will be Tuesday, December 18th. And exam week concludes with 6B and 8B exams on Wednesday, December 19th. There will be no delayed opening that day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for our last show of 2018.